second. Okay. Alrighty. Round Rebel Talk here, episode 12 for the fellas. So, I'm gonna do pretty much the same thing I did with the women, and that is give some much needed relationship advice. But, you can take my advice with a grain of salt because I am a woman and I don't know y'all perspective that well, so I'm just going based off of what I think I know and whatever. If you want to be here, you can be here. If you don't, then don't. Done. All right. So basically, how a guy can land a good girl. Because I feel like a lot of men fall into these traps with these thirsty women or these gold diggers or whatever. So if you want to land yourself a good woman, listen up. First, you have to start with moi. You have to start with yourself. You have to pretty much work on yourself. So, and determine what kind of man you want to be or what kind of woman you want to attract. So, for instance, there's men that want women that are really beautiful and really they're workaholics and work a lot. And then there's men that want women that take care of them and love on them and spend time with them. Men that want women that cook and clean and take care of the children and all that bullshit. So you have to determine what kind of man or what kind of woman you want and then become the man for that woman. So, for instance, if you want a really hot supermodel woman, well, a lot of those women want hot, have a certain lifestyle that require you to pretty much uphold, which means you have to buy their makeup, you have to do their nails, their toes, all that stuff has to get done. You have to take them to shoots and all that stuff. So you're pretty much either in the background or you're going to be paying for a lot of stuff. So those women require much are more high maintenance. So, in other words, and there's more of a risk for those women because they are around other men. Not saying that all women are bad, all those type of high maintenance women are bad, but overall they're pretty much, let's just say, not trustworthy. Um anyways, so moving on. If you want more of a loyal girlfriend that, you know, won't break your heart, really book smart, all of that stuff. Um, let's just say those for that you have to become a loyal, book smart, loving man. You're not just gonna land a girl like that by being like a jerk. So you have to land a good, if you want a good girl, you gotta be a good man, or at least be willing to be, or some good girls like bad boys. I don't know if that's their type, but it depends on what that girl's type is. Um, but usually the good girls want good men if they're properly mature and stuff. If you want a mature woman, and I'm assuming that's what that you're looking for. So you have to be more mature, you have to be willing to work through the relationship, all that stuff. Then there's the housewife who does the cooking, the cleaning, and all of that. Well, if you want a housewife woman, you have to be willing to put in the work for her. Like, a housewife woman is pretty much one that's gonna take care of you. And in order to take care of you, you have to make sure that she's well taken care of. Well taken care of. And that means, like, you have to treat her right. You have to make sure bills are paid on time, so she doesn't have anything else to worry about. Um, provide for her and pretty much, so she can do everything else, which is take care of the house, take care of the kids, and take care of you. So, yeah. Anyways, so the next thing on the list would be after you find out which type of woman you want to maintain her, meaning like maintain her in a way that means like basically doing the things that you started doing when you started dating her. You can't just be with a woman and expect her to follow suit. She's following your lead, first of all. Most women want to follow man's lead. So if you are slacking in the relationship, then she is going to be slacking in the relationship. If you are if you aren't slacking in the relationship, then she's putting in her effort. But she's following your lead. So if you're slacking, if you're not doing the same things like giving her gifts like she used to get, all of those things, taking her out on dates like you used to do, all of those things are slacking, and then that's going to catch up to you because she's going to end up not wanting to put in that same effort. She's going to follow your effort. So that's another thing. Um, the third thing is, I guess, um, when it comes to like cheating, like people say, like I had a good girl, I did everything, and she still cheated on me. Well, that's because you found a girl who either was not fully healed or you did something to make her cheat. Or she's just, like I said, she's not fully healed, or you did something to make her cheat. Um, those are usually the reasons why a woman cheats. It's she's not fully healed, so she's either caught up in an old relationship, or she's still a little girl and she doesn't know how to act, and um, or she you did something that fucked her up, and she said, "Fuck this, I'm gonna cheat on him." Now the good thing is, if you don't know about it, that means she still cares. But if she fucks around and lets you know about it, or it's okay, it's hard to explain. So if okay, you, she wants you to fix, she wants to fix it, meaning it was more than likely she deal with you and fix it with you. And most men don't want to fix it or don't want to, are really, really content about like leaving a woman if she cheats. And I get it. A woman comes to you and admits that she's cheating. She wants to fix the problem. She wants to do better. She wants to fix whatever's going on. She either wants to heal or she wants to you and her to be on better terms and fix the problem that led to her cheating in the first place. Um a lot of women a lot of women that cheat normally don't ever get caught. So, normally don't ever get caught. And the only reason being is because we're usually the ones that, like, for instance, we just usually are the ones that are really good at cheating. Like, we cheat. I think that a woman cheats first and a man gets like a man gets caught up in it and he then becomes a cheater. Like it's the woman first. Woman, like which came first, the egg or the chicken? It's I think it's the woman. So the woman cheats first, and then men learn to cheat because of women. Um, but y'all don't do it as well as we do it. So it's like this. A woman's gonna tell you that she cheated if she wants to fix the problem. If she doesn't want to fix the problem, she's not going to tell you that she cheated, and she's going to pretty much continue down the same path um, without you knowing. So, and I'm not saying every woman cheats, because there's not. There's a plethora of women that don't cheat, and those women aren't hiding anything, and they're happy in their relationships, like me, doing really well and not cheating or anything like that. Um, I'm strictly talking about women that cheat and the reasons why they hide it or whatever. Um, the reasons why they hide it is probably because, like I said, they either are so fed up with you to the point where it's like they can't find another alternative, so the only alternative is to cheat while staying in a relationship, only to make us even have to deal with you at all. Like, to give us the strength to deal with you at all. That's why women cheat. And if they're trying to hide their cheating, like they're cheating, but they're hiding their cheating, like, and that usually means that you've turned your woman to a point where to no return, or like I said, they could be still a little girl inside, and they could just be cheating because they like the attention, or they like the the like the little things or whatever. But anyways, uh the next thing you want to check for is, if it's not cheating, then it's going to be lying. Lying is another one, which I think is like just as bad or worse than cheating, because you cheated, which means you did a dirty deed, but then you lied about it, which means you put double the dirty deed. So, um, yeah, I think lying is way worse than cheating. And why women lie? Why women lie is a good question. Sometimes it's because you lied and we're just lying to lie. Um, I don't know. It could be a plethora of things. A lot of different things that could lead up to why a woman lies. But the main thing a woman lies about is her feelings, probably most of the time. And if she's lying about her feelings, then you kind of have to play a detective and make sure you figure out what's really going on. But I could tell you right now that most women lie about their feelings, and you never know if they're really okay or not. They just say they're okay, but sometimes they're really not okay. And then things start to boil over until they pretty much um, like just blow up, or they start doing what I said, like cheating or something. So you want to make sure that you're checking in with each other constantly in your relationship. Just make sure you're checking in with each other. Make sure that each other knows how the other feels. If there's anything that came up that was just something that you did wrong or something like that, I think that's a good idea. Another thing that you want to do for your woman or whoever you're dating or whatever is you want to occasionally you want to find out what her love language is. So if her love language is words of affirmation, which is saying things, nice things to her, or um, services, like doing services, like picking up something around the house or cleaning up around the house or something, um, or um, what's it called? What are the other ones? Um, Gifts giving. You want to get her something like flowers or something like that, gift or something like that. Um, or quality time. You want to spend time with her, take her out on dates, and then just you two go out on a date and then spend time together. These are things, these you have to figure out what your woman's or physical touch. You want to take her, like, have more bedroom time, cuddle and touch. You know, these are things that are important to the relationship. You have to figure out what your woman's like love languages. It's like that's something that both of you should sit down and just talk about it and see what is the language of love that you prefer. Like what makes you feel loved. Um that's something you should talk about. Anyways, yeah. So I think those are the things that men should do to pretty much have a healthy, good relationship. Once you figure out those things and do those things, then you'll have a healthy relationship. Other than that, I wanted to say something too, like for the women, just real quick. I hate, I hate when women say they can't find a good man or, you know, good men are never around and blah, 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 blah. When you're the one that goes out and dates these men that, you know, you choose. Sorry. You choose the wrong men. Like, you literally go out there and will try to be with somebody else's man or a man that's not broken up from his relationship and then say, oh, these men ain't shit. How are these men not shit when you dealing with a man who isn't out of a relationship yet? He's still dealing with a woman, like still in between with another woman. And yet you're going to go ahead and try to squeeze your way in and steal him from her. And then when he turns around and does it to you, you're like, well, he wasn't a good man. He's not a good man. Da, 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 da. Yeah, he wasn't a good man when you first met him, when you first got with him. So what did you expect? You expected him to change? No offense, men, but some of y'all are stuck in y'all ways for life. And I'm telling you, when you reach a certain age, like 30, 35, between 30 to 35, you are stuck in your ways for life. Like, you are just stuck in your ways for life. Unless you have a good woman, like me, that will change your entire behavior. Because I don't stand for this shit. I don't stand for it. I don't stand for it. My boyfriend knows. My boyfriend knows. I love him. And I love him enough to try to not fix him, but get him on the right path to his better self. That's all we try to do. Women try to do that. You know, you gotta listen to your woman. You got to listen to your woman. And like I said, if you want to be the leader in the household, be the leader. She's following you. So set a good example. Set a good example. If you're cheating and lying and 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 asking her for money, what do you think she going to do? She going to cheat, she going to lie, she going to ask niggas for money. So you need to figure out why your ass is acting like that. Change. Honestly, if she's a good woman, she'll check your ass. She'll check you. She'll tell you, hey, listen, you are acting like a piece of crap. Like a piece of crap. I'm not dealing with it. And she says she's going to tell you, hey, listen, you need to change or I'm out of here. And you can either change or you cannot change. But if she doesn't check you, you're going to stay like that. You're going to stay like that. And she's going to, she's either going to start doing the same shit that you're doing because she's following you. Or she's going to leave your ass and never come back. Hi, Michael. I remember. I remember you, Michael. So, yeah. So get yourself a good woman that's going to follow you. But when you get followed, understand that her behavior is a reflection of your behavior. That's exactly what a good woman does. Okay. Bye, Michael. So, that's exactly what a good woman does is she reflects your behavior. So you either step up and be the man that you want to basically represent for her. Like be the good provider, be a good stable financial maker, stable financial. Like I know that not there's not a lot of jobs or people need to go to school for jobs and a lot of people ain't got no degrees and stuff like that. Still, figure out something because you gotta you gotta make it. You gotta hustle, you gotta make it. There's a lot of women that need providers. And then there's a lot of women that don't need providers. Figure out which woman you want to be with. Hey Henry, thank you. So figure out which woman you want to be with and then be that example for her. You got to be that example. You got to lead the pack. You're the leader, you lead. She follows. You're not going to like if you don't like the woman what she's doing. She's either she's not the woman for you or she's following your example. So lead the pack. Lead the pack. That's what I think men don't like is that that women are going to be women show you a reflection of what you're displaying. Like at least like that's what I at least what I do is like I try to show somebody, hey, look, this is how you're treating me. I'm going to treat that to you so you can see how it is and then you can learn this is not the behavior you want to feel, so why would you give that to somebody else? You know? But yeah. And then, just take it easy too. You guys need to always be friends. Like you and your woman should always be friends. So goof around. I don't know why people don't goof around in their relationships. Me and my boyfriend be playing around too much sometimes to the point where one of us gets mad. And it's like, Nah, you gotta play around. You gotta leave that little goofiness, the little silliness, the little, the little, you know, you gotta have that. You gotta have that. You know? Play around. Be like teenagers. But not like teenagers. Be mature teenagers. Anyways, yeah. So, yeah, this was for the fellas. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'm gonna get going because it's getting late and I gotta start working on something like my book or something. Anyways, I love you guys. Spread love. Think for yourself. Live free. Mwah. Bye. Love y'all.